Hello everyone, this is Anil. Welcome to Education Tattva. If you are 2020 pass out and 2021 pass out and very much confused which language you should work for, you should prepare for getting a job, so this is the place to know more about it with my 13 years of experience and some of the candidates that I recently hired and what companies are looking at. So be with me till the end and you will learn a lot of things. Also, if you are a lateral hire and looking for some experience level job, so you may skip this video because this is more focused for 2020 and 2021 pass out. I'll create a separate lecture for lateral hiring and what companies are looking at. So if you are an experienced person, you can share with anyone whom you think is this video suitable for. Or if you are a fresher or looking for a job, just share it with friends because learning with friends and sharing with friends always grow your network and you will be definitely getting benefits out of it. So let's begin. First of all, if you are a fresher, like companies starts hiring with aptitude reasoning. A lot of they have lot of rounds before they even invite you for the interview. But since companies are not entertaining any on-campus, off-campus hiring, they are driving virtual job fair. They are inviting people on one-on-one invitation basis on their portfolio. They usually start with hackerrank or something similar technical test, and then they invite you for interview round. But for you to understand as a fresher what you should prepare for technology area in 2020 and 2021, I have created an exhaustive list first to give you an overview what are the technologies area that currently companies are working for, and then you can also see which area suits you best, which is more of your interest and where you can perform well. So for that, let me just quickly take you. There are so many fields in IT industry like database, backend API, web or mobile app development, DevOps, and cloud. What are these? Let me just quickly talk about it. Database is where you are hosting your data. So you might be aware about Oracle database, MySQL, Postgres, or any similar RDBMS database. Some of the startups are also using NoSQL database like MongoDB, DynamoDB on AWS, or they can even use for Firestore, which is an offering from Google. On the backend API, they are preferring SpringBoot, which is from Java, and then Python or Node.js based backend APIs or the micro-based services. I'll have some of the sessions on it later in these videos that I'm uploading. Then on web or mobile, they are entertaining, and this is very niche area. If you are fresher, you can start with this, and this is my recommendation. I'll tell you the reason why when we'll talk about mean and MERN stack or some other technologies area that are available. DevOps is something which comes with experience, and this requires a lot of understanding about the project management, how the overall CI/CD pipeline work. But this can be one of the niche area after 2 or 3 years in the IT industry. Cloud is something you can start learning from today itself. It's very easy to learn, and there are a lot of materials available. I'll be planning to create AWS based cloud tutorials, but I will not recommend you to go and try for this. The reason is cloud hosting or the migration is very new. Companies are even not that comfortable. They are learning it and they are investing heavy money with their experience resource. So as a fresher, I would not recommend you. If you are a lateral, I will definitely change this priority to start from cloud. So three things: database, backend API, web or mobile app development that you can target, or maybe a combination of all three. And the last in the list is AI ML. This you should not immediately focus, but this is very important and this is going to be important for several years from now. This is not going soon. AI and ML is the future. So artificial intelligence, machine learning, but the groundwork is you need to be good at one of the programming language, whether it's Java, Python, or some other framework that supports it. So this is again not the immediate priority for you. First three is something you can definitely look for. Now talking about on UI side, we have two offerings. which people prefer to be a full stack developer. So full stack developer is someone who can like work on database, who can work on the backend API, who can work on UI as well. So some of the startups, they are giving this kind of a work to individual contributor, and they are more concerned that the work should be done. So MERN stands for MongoDB, Express, Angular, and Node, whereas MERN is MongoDB, Express, React, and Node. Angular is the UI offering from Google, whereas React is the offering from Facebook. So out of this, you can choose one. There are a lot of courses available on Udemy and other platforms. You can definitely go for that. I'll be creating some of the tutorials on MERN stack in the upcoming video series. But this is something you should look at, and this is very easy for you to learn. You just need to complete a course and do some hands-on, do little research. I think 1 month to 2 months dedicated, if you will be working on this platform, you will be good. Next thing which I want to talk about in the full stack developer profile, Java Spring Boot with Angular. So Java Spring Boot is again a microservice approach for API, whereas Angular is for the UI platform. They have a lot of work from client side, which are all on these technologies. Java has been there as one of the primary choice as an open source between like Java and .NET comparison. Now there are other frameworks, but Java is very established, and with Java, Spring, and Angular, this is a good combination for you to start. And there are a lot of applications which are currently working on all these platforms. So if you are preparing this can be very easy. There are a lot of courses available on internet, YouTube, Udemy, and other platforms. I will also create one tutorial on Java, Spring Boot, and Angular. So if you are subscriber to this channel, you should be able to watch that. Otherwise, you can go and subscribe this. I'll be creating it, and during that session, maybe you can come up with your questions. If you are struggling with anything, I should be able to help you. Next thing in the list is Python and data science. This is very growing area. So Python, I've been a Java programmer, but I have personally seen that Python has got a lot of gravitation in the market, and lots of companies are adopting it. Some of the companies who are working on data analytics side, their first choice is Python and the data science path. So Python, and since like data is growing, as per the research in 2020, there was a data which was even not present hundreds. So collectively, hundreds years of data was created in 2020, which means data is growing. And that's where you have seen a lot of demand for big data and Hadoop kind of engineers. But Python and data science is something you should start. This will also create a path for you to become a data scientist, and in future this is also be a learning path for AI and ML. So Python data science is not only limited to data analytics word, but this is also very helpful if you want to look at AI ML as your future option for your career. This will be a building block for all your AI and ML as data along with the Python scripts. These will be very helpful. And also Python is actively involved in application development, where you can create applications. There are a lot of frameworks like Django, Flask, and they have some libraries which are very useful, like OpenCV. I personally like OpenCV very much in terms of a couple of POCs that I recently worked upon. So Python and data science is definitely can be one of the easier choice for the freshers. Okay, so we talked about almost all the niche area that you prepare and should prepare. We talked about basically on MERN, main stack. We talked about Python with data science. We talked about third option as Java Spring Boot with Angular. So these are some of the areas where I see there is a lot of opportunity for freshers and with lesser number of experience. And they in market, there is not enough good resources available, which means if you prepare well, if you do certification, if you create your portfolio, this can be one of the easiest tasks to achieve, and this does not require a lot of efforts. Also, if you have good profile, I even created one last video which I'll be making this available on the card and the description as well. If you are having a good profile and good portfolio, reach out to me. I'll be sharing my LinkedIn profile in the description. I can help you. And if you have any questions related to anything that we covered as part of this video, just let me know in the comment section, or you can directly reach out to me on LinkedIn as well. I should be able to solve your queries. So I hope you like this video, and this is with my experience and number of interviews that I recently took. And I think if you are preparing on these few of the areas, and if you have a strong portfolio, no one can deny to take you in, especially I cannot. Thanks for watching.